All right, welcome everyone to our Down and Dirty at 1:30 Central, and this is your host, Vishan Borich, also known as the Tough Mama. And welcome, it's the new year, and I know that everyone's just getting started because obviously it's the second when I'm recording this live today. But I wanted to share with you that now is the best time that you could start planning your year and making it the most incredible year you've ever had. And today I want to help you. I want to help you by giving you the 5 best tips that I can. And these are business tips specifically catered to those that work in the online space or desire to have an online business. We're going to be talking with you about, I'm going to give you the exact title here, the 5 biggest online business tips leading into 2017. So are you ready? All right, I hope so. So go ahead, if you haven't done this already, and log in down below. You're going to see there's a box there, click there, and just say hello. Let me know that you made it to today's live hangout. If you're watching this as a recording, then that's all right. Go ahead and log in as well and share with me, if you got anything of value out of this, or if you have other tips that you'd like to share with the rest of us. I'd love to hear them. Okay, let's see who's there. You log back over here and see who we've got that is live with me today. Just a second. I gotta log into it. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season. I know we did not have a Down and Dirty last week. It was obviously the Christmas holidays, and my children are here out of school and running and having a good time. Right now they're playing Legos. So I didn't think that it was conducive for a hangout with all the noise going on. And I don't know about you, but I really am focused as I've gotten older on dedicating quality time to my family, because that's such an important part of life. I think, at least when I was younger, I was so focused on work that I forgot about how important family is. And that's really sad, and it's hard for me to admit that. But I was so ambitious, and I really wanted to do well in my business and my career, that I made that my first priority. And because of it, my family life suffered, my relationships suffered, and it wasn't a good place to be. And because of that experience, it's made me a much better person today. I'm able to kind of balance the two. In fact, I'd like to say that I make my family my priority now. And I think that they have noticed the difference, and we have a much better relationship because of that. So let me see who's there. I think I've got it up now. All right, look, we got a whole crowd of you today. We've got Gabriella, good to see you, girl. Hope you had a great holiday. James, oh my gosh, great to see you. I've been loving your post. Richard, I've missed you, buddy. Kaya, hello, my dear. And Charlene's here. Brigitte, oh man, we've got a star-studded crowd today. Good to see you all. And for those of you that wonder, okay, so I want to share a little secret with you before I get started. I recently learned from one of my mentors that if I start exactly at 1:30 Central, that people will miss out, because notoriously people are late, and I hate being late personally, but I have started to listen to what my mentor says, because he always starts his meetings at least 5 to 10 minutes after the assigned time, so that everybody can get logged on. Now, if you think this is a problem, I'll go back to starting it exactly at 1:30, because I used to be really persnickety about that. But he told me that it's better that way people don't miss the first part of the hangout. So I'm curious what your thoughts are on that. If punctuality is more important than getting everybody there, what are your thoughts? Write down below if you'd like. All right. Good deal. Well, let's get going. I'm going to flip my screen around because we have a star-studded presentation that I put together for you. It took me a long time to put this one together, because I really wanted to narrow it down to just the 5 most important things that you can do this year in order to be successful. Okay? Oh, I'm getting all kinds of comments now. I'm laughing. Charlene's going to give me a lecture. Charlene, I love you, girl. And yeah, I think you're right. We may have to, well, let me get some more votes in. Okay, we'll see how it goes. All right, here we go. So we will stay on time as far as finish time today. So flipping my screen around. And at any point, if you are having trouble with the audio, if somebody would message me via Facebook, because I don't see your chat window unless I flip to it. But I do have my smartphone here next to me on the desk, and so the Facebook Messenger will pop up. So if there's audio problems, somebody volunteer and message me on Facebook. All right, thank you so much. Let's get started to the 5 biggest online business tips leading into 2017. So we're going to start off with just your basic building blocks. These are things that I don't really include in the 5 biggest online business tips, but these are things you should already be doing in your life and in your business. If you're not, this is your wake-up call. These are the things you should be doing. Are you ready? Here we go. So let's just start with the first, mindset. Every single day, you should be focusing on personal development if you want to be a success. You know, people that are constantly learning are earning more, and they're also becoming better people because of it. Readers are leaders. I know these are a lot of cliches. You've probably heard some of these, but they're so true, and they really do make a difference. I know it's made a difference in my life. I'm going to give you some additional mindset things in this presentation today because it's so important. In fact, 80% of your business should be focused on mindset. Crazy, right? But you have to think like a millionaire or billionaire before you become one. The second is vision. And by vision, I mean you have to know what you want. If you don't know what you want out of life, then you're never going to get it. You're just going to be tossed around to what other people think you might want. Okay, so the way that I practice vision is I believe in building what's called a vision board. And I've shown this before, but it's actually a board in which you cut out pictures from magazines and you basically build a collage of things that you want in your life, the direction you want to go. And it can be words, it can be pictures. If we have time at the end of this hangout, I will show you my personal vision board. You can also do it just by writing down your vision, just in a notebook. Write down exactly what you want, where you're going, where you see yourself in the next month, 2 months, 3 months, year, 5 years. Write all that stuff down as if it's already happened, and you will be one step ahead of the game compared to everyone else. Okay, the second thing, or the third thing I should say, that you need is a business. If you're going to become successful in the online world or any business world, you have to have a business. And specifically, not any business. You need one that solves a problem. And if you really want to get down to the details, you need one that solves the biggest problem that your target market has. So I'll give you an example. Let's say that you know that your target market is martial arts, and I know I use this one a lot because I know it the most. Most people who come into the martial arts, if they're an adult, they want to learn or they want to lose weight and get in better fitness. That's their primary thing when they first come in. Some of them want to do it just because they want to learn how to defend themselves. But honestly, most of them come in because they want to lose weight or have better physical fitness. Okay, now if they're a child, I know that my target market there, they want to learn how to defend themselves. The kids really want to be like what they see in the movies. They want to be like, Karate Kid or Dragon Ball Z or some of those shows. So they come in wanting to learn how to be a karate person. So you have to know your target market and how your business is going to solve that, and then have different products and services that solve that problem. I know this is really, really basic stuff, but a lot of times we forget we have this business, but nobody wants it because it doesn't solve their problem. So you got to do some soul searching and say, hey, does this really solve the problem that my target market has? And if not, then you need to look at other ways to solve that problem, or other businesses or other products or other services. Does that make sense? Good. All right, so then the next one is belief. All of these are mute if you don't believe you can achieve it. So this comes back to mindset. It's one thing to focus on learning. It's another thing to believe you really can be successful in whatever your business is. So I challenge you to take steps to, use those I am statements. That I am successful, I am a leader, I am capable, I am able, I am worthy. Those are the types of things that are going to help establish belief. And you may not believe it when you first start saying those things, but the more you say it, the more often you put those imprints in your brain, the more you will transform into one who believes and one who is more able to accomplish the goals that you have for your life. Okay? All right, then the next thing is a daily plan. You can have all the vision and belief and the great business and great mindset, but if you don't have a daily plan, specifically a daily action plan, you are not going to have success. So I'm getting a message. Can you guys hear me okay? I see Bridget is there. I just want to make sure that I haven't lost you guys on the hearing side. Let me just check really quick. All right. I just want to make sure you guys can still hear me. If I could get a message down below that you can hear me okay. All right. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. So I'll keep going. I do. Okay. Thanks, Gabriella. I will keep at it. I know sometimes it does cut out. I have a great lake house out here, like Bridget said. But I will tell you that sometimes the internet can be a bit spotty, especially when it's the holidays, because it seems like everybody's online when it's the holidays, which tends to slow down the overall bandwidth that I have. So I did kick my kids off the internet, so hopefully they stay off for a little bit. All right, I'm going back. So if you didn't hear me a minute ago, make sure you have a daily plan of action. So these are daily action items that you're going to do to help move your business forward. If you don't know what that is or even how to put together a daily plan of action, this is where the last one comes in, mentorship. Everyone that's listening to me right now should have a mentor or coach. If you don't have a mentor or coach, you need to look for somebody in your industry or in an industry that you want to get into that can be one to you. If I resonate with you, that's something that I offer. I know that there are other people who might even be on this hangout who also do coaching. So reach out to those people that you know are good at what they do and might be willing to take you under their wing and show you how to put a daily plan together. What's the plan that they're using in their business to have such success? And I guarantee you that if you get a mentor, a good mentor who's successful, I have not met one person who has been successful who has turned someone down to help them. Now they may cost, they may have to charge for it because their time is valuable. But I will tell you that in general, all the people that I've ever met that are mentors or coaches or successful in their business, they are willing to help, because it's boring at the top if you don't have other people to bring in. Paulo Barroso, he's a really successful person in our online marketing business, and I know him, we're friends. He posted something earlier this month, in December, that said, once you get to the top of the elevator, it's your job to send the elevator back down. Once you get to the top of the elevator, it's your job to send the elevator back down. And I thought that was such a great way of looking at it, because that's what it's all about. As you grow and as you become more and more successful in your life and in your business, it's your job to reach down, send that elevator back down, and help those that are just starting so that they can get to the top as well. And I truly believe that. All right, so we're going to go forward now, because we are now going to get into those 5 big tips that I promised I'd share with you today. All right, you ready? Here comes number 1. Uh-oh. Get up early. Yes, get up early in the morning. So for those of you that are night owls, and I am a night owl, I'll be the first to admit, the best entrepreneurs are early risers. 76% of them are up before 7 a.m., while 35% are up before 6 a.m. Okay, I got these stats. I forgot to put my, where I got my source. I like to source this out, but this came from Business Weekly. They just did a survey recently. This was, I believe that the survey was in 2015 in the month of November, and they were interviewing some of the best entrepreneurs around the world, and 76% of them are up before 7. And then, like I said, 35, which are probably even the more successful ones, are up before 6. I will tell you that I am not in the 35%. I do get up around 6:30, usually 6:40 if I'm going to be honest. But I do get up, and then I have a daily plan that I do in the morning. I'm going to share a little bit of that with you here now. So what should you do first when you get up in the morning? Did you know that your day, the way you start your day, structures the rest of your day? Yeah, I know you know this, because how many of you, be honest, comment down below, have woken up and something's happened first thing in the morning and the rest of your day just went to pot? It just was horrible because of what happened that morning. How many of you, be honest, it happened to me too. I mean, it's happened in the past. So one of the things I've learned, that if I structure my day and always do certain things in the morning, that my day is almost guaranteed to be fine. It's guaranteed to be great if I structure it first thing in the morning. So here's what you should do first, or what I recommend. Obviously, these are my suggestions. You can take what you like and leave the rest. It's up to you. But number one, I do this every morning. I express gratitude for 5 to 10 things. And I do this before I even crawl out from under my covers. I like to, think of all the things I'm thankful for. A lot of times it's warm, toasty bed and a house, a roof over my head, and, food in the fridge, and, beautiful family, children and husband, and, friends that I care about and who care about me. So I can think of way more than 10 things just laying there in bed, but it just sets your mind in the proper place. And then the next thing I do is make the bed. Yes, make the bed, because then you've accomplished one task. One task, you've done it. It starts your day in a positive way. And for those of you that have had military experience, know that this is the truth. In the military, and I was not in the military, but I have 2 brothers and a father and a husband, and lots of people in my family are still in the military. And I can tell you that that's one of the very first things they teach them how to do, is how to make their bed properly. And they have to do it every morning. And it sets the whole tone of your day in a more positive way to have a bed. Because even if your whole day turns out not quite how you expect, at least you did something right. You made your bed. So when you come home after a tough day, your bed is already made, your room is nice and neat, and it's easier to go to bed and express gratitude the next day. And then the third thing that I do is I work on personal development. And I'll just tell you what I do, and I've started doing it for the past year, is I get up and I go up for a walk. I take my dog. Sometimes I'll jog with my dog. And then I put some earbuds in and I listen to an audiobook while I'm walking the dogs. I like to go for hikes. Sometimes when it's a little warmer, I'll go down, and I have a kayak, and I love to get out on the water. And since I have a little trail that goes right down to the lake, I just walk down the trail, and my kayak's right there. I get in the kayak and I go out on the water, do a little paddle, and I'm listening to this personal development. Now, you may not have the luxury of those things, but I do recommend physical, mental, and spiritual personal development every single morning before you check your email, before you go through your messages and go on Facebook. Do all of this first, and you're going to see a huge difference in your day and in your year. Okay? All right, let me see if you guys are still out there. Make sure I'm still live. Richard, get out of bed. I know, I'm teasing you, Richard. I know you're a night owl and you do work hard. But yes, if you guys have any comments, suggestions, if there's anything that you have questions about, feel free to comment below. All right, we'll keep going. All right, let's go to the second one. So you've got the first one, get up early. Here's your second one. Focus on problem solving. Now, I say this not to go into emergency mode every day. I say this because so often we focus on the things that don't really matter, like, what's in it for me, like money or whatever it is that you're focusing on. It's not solving the problem. A lot of times people focus on the problems and venting and complaining about the problems that are in their life or the lives of others. So start your day after you've done your getting up early and your personal development work on solving problems, finding solutions. So specifically, you want to look for ways that you can help people. And I'm talking about business here. How can you help more people in your business to achieve their needs? How can you help them find solutions? This requires listening. So you're going to have to listen more, ask more questions, and this will help you to be better at your business. Because if you're not listening to your audience, then you're providing things to them that they may not need. This alone can transform your business. Now, I don't want you to focus on making money or making a quick sale. When you focus on that, you may make a quick sale. I mean, I'm not going to say you won't, but what's going to happen is you're not going to have longevity with that new client or customer. They're going to get in and they're going to get out because they have no reason to stay in it. They need to know that their needs are being met, and they need to know that their problem is being solved. And the best way to do that is for you to listen to what your audience needs. So here's another tip. Don't try to sell them things that they don't need. I think so often we get into that, I'm going to make my goal. I want to hit a certain amount of money this month, or whatever it is. But you're trying to sell people and they can sense it. You may not even say, hey, do you want to buy something? But they can sense it by your emails, by what you post on Facebook, by the things that you say on your messages or text. They can sense that. People are smart. They know if you are, in desperation versus trying to help them. So listen to them, educate them if you need to. Like if you have a solution, educate them on what you found that solves the problem, and then sort. And by sort, I mean, if they're not a good fit, don't keep hammering them with a solution that they don't need. Leave them alone and find others that are a better fit for whatever the business is that you have. So I want to give you one more bonus tip here. And this is a book that I completed, gosh, it's been over a year ago, but it really has helped me tremendously. The name of the book is Go Pro. It's 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. And for those of you that are listening here today and are not in network marketing or direct selling or affiliate marketing, this may not be the best book for you. But for most of you that I've seen on here, this would be a great fit for you if you have not read this book already. I personally enjoy listening to books. I can do that when I'm doing laundry, when I'm cooking for my family, when I'm out exercising. And I can tell you this book's pretty cool because Eric Worre actually reads the Audible version. So it's kind of nice to hear his voice and his inflection as he goes through the book. So great book, and definitely it'll help you to see how you can do a better job at number 2 is focusing on problem solving. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Are there any questions out there that have come through? All right, Gabriella's read the book. Yes, James, it does have intense focus in that book. All right, Nicole, thanks for that feedback. I'm hoping that the sound and the audio sticks. If not, I can switch to another internet service. I've got 3 of them here at the house. So if there's any other issues, somebody send me another private message on Facebook and I will change internet providers. All right, thank you for that. Okay, we're going to keep going. Here's the third one. Be more personal. Be more personal. So what does that mean exactly? Well, it means to focus on building relationships. Focus on building relationships in your business, but also just in life. It's not all about business. When I go out, I want to go out with lots of people that I have helped and that I've connected with and that I consider friends. Whether or not they're in my business or not, I like the whole aspect of building relationships. So here's some ideas for you. When you write emails or do a social media post, pretend that you're talking to just one person. So instead of, I've seen people send me emails because I'm on a lot of people's list, and you may not know it because I use a pseudonym when I sign up for list, but I'm on a lot of different people's list. And when I get their emails, it sounds like they're talking to a crowd instead of just me in their emails. So use the word you more often in your emails. Pretend like you're talking to your best friend. You're talking to that one person who's just like you, who you really enjoy chatting with. And you'll find that you get more conversions and more people are interested in what you're doing because of it. So here's some more tips for you on being more personal. Send out emails more often. So I want to give you 3 email lists that I just love. Okay, now one of them may not apply to you at all, but the 3 that I recommend are Tut, and I'm just going to go there right now so you can see it. If it'll let me, well, I have to go over here. Give me a second. I had it open, but I was looking at this blog article that's on their site. And Tut stands for Thoughts Become Things. And this guy, love him, Mike Dooley, just super positive, outgoing person. And he has this amazing email that he sends out. They're called Notes from the Universe. If you have not been on his list or heard of his list, get on it. It's free to get on it. Sign up. He has one of the highest open rates out of anybody for emails. I think he has like a 90% open rate. And you'll see why when you start getting his emails. So I do recommend getting on other people's lists to get you ideas, and so you can see what's working and what interests you. Once you get on their list, if you don't like their content, you can unsubscribe. No big deal. And I personally have an email that I use specifically for getting on people's list. So it's a separate Gmail account that I use for that, so it doesn't clog up my regular email. So try that one. The other one is Karate by Jesse, and this is the one that may not apply to you, but I really, really like his email list. And I love his page too. It says, do you love karate? Awesome. And then he wrote a free guide with 25 karate hacks. So you click here to get the guide, and what it does is it signs you up for his email list, and then every day for 25 days, you get an email on these karate hacks. These are different things that you can do to improve your karate training, to improve your life. And he just does a nice job. They're very personable, and he's very popular. He even has his own line of karate uniforms that he has, and it's all part of it. And it doesn't feel salesy at all. These are emails that I love to get, and I open every single one of them. And you want your audience to open your emails, right? And the only way they're going to do that is if you're providing value for them. Okay, let me show you another one here. Go back. Art2Self.com. Oops, wrong list here. I just signed up for this one a week ago, and it was recommended by Mike Dooley on the Notes from the Universe. And this is actually one of his students who, she's a woman, and she has always loved to draw cartoons, and she finally realized that that was her calling, that's what she should do full-time for a living. And so she created this website called Art2Self, and she does these wonderful little cartoons that are like, I don't know, inspirational. And you get a different one every single day, and they're really cute, and they're really fun. And you can see, I don't know if she has some of them on here. Oh, no, these are notes. Anyhow, sign up for her list if you want, and you'll see her little cartoon. It comes in the email box, and it's another one that I open every day just because it's fun, and they give you such positive interaction and value that I want to see what she has. And I'm sharing these with you because it may be time in 2017 for you to change the way you talk to people. Start talking to them like a friend. Start providing them with value that they want to see. All right, I'm getting a note from Brigitte. Let me go back here. Oops. I'm gonna make sure I haven't lost you guys. I may switch. Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm getting notes from people that you're having trouble hearing me. I just want to make sure you guys can still hear me. I may have too many tabs open too. Let me shut some of these down. See if that helps. Oops. All right. Can you guys hear me? If I could get a comment down below. Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that, Richard, Nicole. We'll keep going. Brigitte, I'm not sure if you can still hear me, but let me know. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, James. Okay, well, we'll go back at it. Sorry we're having internet connection problems here today, but I do appreciate you sticking through it. Appreciate you. All right, so we're going to go back now to our PowerPoint. Hopefully you're getting value from what I'm giving you today. I only have 2 more left, and at the end, if there's any that you missed because of audio issues, then I can restate that part if you'd like. All right, so I want to give you this. These are 12 words that every entrepreneur should use. And these are things you might want to use in your emails. You might want to use in your messages and your posts on social media, because this is going to help you to be more personable when you're talking to people. So you ready for these? Here we go. So here's the first 7. The word you. We talked about that one earlier. The next one is value. And specifically, you want to share your reason why. So you might say something like, hey, you really should check out this link because, or why? Because it solves that problem that you and I talked about last week, and I thought you might be interested in it. So you're providing value, you're answering why, and you might say, this is of value to you because it solves this problem. Do you see what I mean? By using the word value, you are justifying why they should continue reading, why they should look into whatever it is you're offering. The next one is the word and. Instead of saying the word but, and this goes for blog posts, anything that you do, I try to eliminate the word but, because it instantly shuts people down. They don't want to read anymore if you're going to take something away. And is inclusive, but is exclusive. So you want to be more inclusive in how you speak. Okay. The next one is the word do instead of the word try. Do is more powerful. It expresses that you're serious and that you've committed to it. Okay. The next one is or. People love or because it gives them choices. For those of you that have ever had a 2-year-old or even a 3-year-old, you know that it's all about choices. If you tell them what to do, they get really upset and throw a temper tantrum. But if you give them an either or option, and I only give them 2 options when they were that age, then they feel more empowered, they feel like they're in control, and they will choose one of those options. So great word to use not only for 2-year-olds, but also for adults. The 6th one, should I or should we? Basically, this comes down to asking more questions. Instead of telling someone what you're going to do, ask them a question. So an example of this might be, should I remove you from my list? You might say, I've noticed you haven't been opening my emails. Should I remove you from my list? Okay, instead of, I'm going to remove you from my list if you don't start opening my emails, which sounds bossy and rude. So now you're asking a question. Okay, the next one is imagine. Oh, I love this word. It gets your creativity juices flowing. People are wired for storytelling, and that's where imagine comes in. If you start a sentence with imagine, imagine this for a minute. You know, you're out on the lake on a beautiful boat. It's a sunny, warm day. You know, your family's along with you, and you're having a great time. And you check your email box on your phone, and you see you just made $1,500 just sitting out there on the lake. Imagine if that could happen for you. So all of a sudden, you're like, whoa, could that really happen? And you've been sucked into the story on the possibility of a future like that. All right, these are great words, aren't they? All right, here's another one. And this is, I know this one kind of cheats, but it's see, show, hear, tackle. Yes, I know there's 4 words there, but basically what I'm saying for number 8 is use more sensory words. If you don't understand what that means, look it up on Google. But sensory basically is your 5 senses. You know, feel, touch, hear, see, taste. You know, you've got all of those different things. Hopefully I didn't repeat myself. But to start using more sensory words, because people associate with that, and they're more likely to be attracted to what you're writing because it's more tangible to them. It connects a part of their brain to their senses, which is a very powerful part of our brain. 9 is pretty obvious, but say their name. Did you know that in email, and just about every email client I've ever used, you have the ability to personalize the email? You can use something in there that will plug in the person's name. Even if you've got a 3,000, 5,000 person list, it'll plug in their name into the email, so it looks like you're sending that email just to them. One of my most highest open rated email has their person's name plugged into the email 7 times. Yeah, I wrote it specifically like that, so it looked like I sent the email just to them. And I get so many people that reply to that email that believe that I wrote it just to them, and it's a great email. So definitely use their name more often. You do have to collect their first name if you are collecting emails in order for this to work. If you're only collecting emails, it's not going to be as successful. 10 is power words. Power words are words like amazing, spectacular, mind-blowing. These are words that are, they're powerful. And when you use more of those in your speech, and especially in your subject lines of your emails and in your post on social media, you're going to get more people to read it. Think about all those spammy looking ads that you see on different news articles. Usually at the very bottom of a news article, they have like sponsored ads. How many of you have clicked on those? I know I have, and a lot of them, like, you click because you want to hear that, you want to read the story, but then you have to click like 8 times or more just to go through the whole story because every page has a different article. Have you guys seen any of those? Yeah, and I get sucked in too because some of them are like really good information, but the challenge is, I mean, the good thing about them is you learn power words just by reading those, because it'll say something like 8 amazing ways to grow your business in 2017. So all of a sudden you're like, oh, what are those 8 amazing ways? And so then you want to click in and see what they are. So use those. Look at people's articles and how they write them and the headlines they use. Use those for your email headlines. Use those in your speech and how you post things on social media. All right, 11, because. This is the reason why you're sending them something. This is the reason why you reached out to them. I wanted to reach out to you today because I recently learned about this new thing that I think could help you in that problem we talked about last week. So you see, that was kind of a long sentence, but I used the word because in it because it justifies why I'm talking to them, why they should read more, why they might be interested in what I have to say next. All right, and then the 12th one is the word opportunity. Okay, people like that word. They feel like you're giving them a gift. They feel like there's something there that they might want to look into. So I hope you wrote these down because these are really powerful words, and if you can use them as often as possible in the way that you speak and in the way that you write, you're going to see a big difference in the way people respond to you. All right, good deal. Let me see if you guys are still there, if I've lost you. Okay, good. I'm glad you're back on now, Bridget. Okay, great. We're going to keep going. All right, here we go. Number 4, reach out more often. So we taught you earlier how to speak and how to talk to people, but the key in order for that to work, or however, and the key, I should not use the word but, is to reach out more often. Now, what do I mean by that? You should be constantly reaching out to your contacts and providing value, friendship, and asking questions. You should do this all the time. Send out a survey, provide a great article, share something cool that you did, like a story that makes them feel like they're a good friend and that you're sharing something with them that is personal. And you want to do all of this before you pitch them a product. Okay, constantly be providing that value, and then people are going to start asking, well, what is it that you do? How can I get involved in what you do? Because they feel connected to you. They feel like they're a friend. And that's really the name of the game for having a successful life and a successful business. So let me give you some more tips on this. One thing that one of my mentors shared with me last year was to connect with a minimum of 20 people per day. So this means, I wrote it down here, sending them a Facebook message, a birthday greeting. That's a great way to start connecting with people. Go through your Facebook, and everybody that comes up with a birthday each day, send them a nice birthday message. Not just happy birthday and then their name. Get a little more detailed. Send them a nice message. Ask them, what did they wish for this year? Ask a question. Tell them how much you appreciate them. Do that. It only takes a little bit of time, and you've already connected with 3 to 10 people, depending on the day of the year. Seems like there's more in the fall. But anyhow, also send out Facebook messages. And just by private messaging people, it's a much more personable way to connect with them. And a way to do that is send them something they might like. Send them a funny cartoon if you know them. Send them a link to something that's really helped you, like a book link, or maybe an article that you read that you thought they might be interested in, or an invitation to connect with you on a hangout or something that you're doing. Just start contacting more people every day. The other thing you can do is comment on social media. Every social media site has a way for you to comment or like or engage with people personally. So start doing that, and you will find that people remember you more, and by asking questions, you're going to see the types of things that they're interested in and if they're a good fit for you and your business. All right, I want to go to the number 5 because we're getting towards the end here, and this is know your data. This is probably one of the most important aspects of having success online, or in any business for that matter. And by data, what numbers are you currently tracking daily in your business? Yeah, a lot of you are like, oh, I'm not really tracking anything. And that's okay, because now's the time to change that. And I want to share with you a little quote. What gets measured gets managed. You may have heard that before. I'm not sure where it came from, but whatever gets measured gets managed. And by measuring your data, you're going to have the ability to scale your business and start making more revenue. In other words, making more money, making more sales. But you can't do that until you know what data. So you probably are like, okay, well, what do I measure? Well, here they are. These 7 things should be measured if you're in an online business and you want to have success and scale that. Here they are. Number 1, you should be measuring your daily page views. And specifically, this is to your opt-in page. The page where they sign up for your email? Yeah, you should be measuring how many times that page is viewed. All right, if you don't know how to do that, we're going to give you a way to do that here at the end of this presentation. Okay. The second thing is conversions. This is of all the people that went to your page, your opt-in page, how many of them actually took the time to enter in their email address? Okay, those are your conversions. That is your leads. These are the biggest things you should be collecting every day if you're in an online business, is leads. And the way that you collect those leads is by having a really great opt-in page that gets you a minimum of a 30% conversion rate. Okay. The next thing you should track, number 3, is the number of sales that you make. So let's say that you got 100 page views and 30 leads and 1 sale. Well, now you know the ratio there. You know that for every 100 people that come to your page, 30% on average are going to send you their email, and of those 30 people, 1 of them will buy. That gives you a great way to measure, because now you know how many people you need to get to your opt-in page in order to make a certain number of sales. The next thing you need to know, number 4, is your cost per lead. Your cost per lead. This is, how much are you paying to get people to your page, to your daily page view? If you're running paid advertising, then that should be pretty easy to figure out. If you are not running paid program, if you're doing a free method of lead generation, then you have to kind of measure your time. How much time are you putting into it? And that tells you about your cost. And then from there is, what's your cost per sale? That's different than per lead. How much are you giving away for each sale? Once you get a lead, that's just an email address. But then you need to know how much does it cost you in order to get that 1 sale. Like in my example earlier, with 100 page views equals 30 conversions or leads and 1 sale. So now you kind of can measure it down and figure out what your cost is per sale. And then you can determine from there your profit per sale or your total commission. Okay, these are important things to track, because once you know these, now you're ready to scale up. And this is where the magic number comes in. This is number 7, lifetime customer value. Okay, this is where the golden piece of information that you need to get to. And a lifetime customer value is, once you start getting sales, you need to measure how long that person stays in your funnel. How much do they spend? And then, of that person, let's say that they're in there for 90 days. How much do they buy? So now you have an average number. So maybe it's, $500 is the average amount of money that a new sale will spend with you. So that would give you a lifetime customer value of $500. And so that gives you an idea as to how much you can spend on advertising. I know some of this might be over your head for those of you that aren't into measuring or analytics and things like that. And that's where I'm going to share with you a little secret after this. So stick with me. If I'm boring you to tears, stick with me, because I'm going to share with you how you can solve getting this bit of data, because some of this doesn't require math and equations and percentages. But once you know it, it can really change your business for 2017. All right, so let's go to the next slide. And this is the bonus. I'm going to tell you how you can solve this. How do you do all of this? How do you measure all of those analytics? How do you, write really great emails? How do you do all the things that I mentioned in my top 5 tips? Well, here it is. Here's how. Number 1, you have 2 choices, okay? This is your first choice. You can research it yourself. A lot of the ways that I learn things is by going out to Google or YouTube and online forums and searching for it. Yeah, I search for the answer. Like, how do I figure lifetime customer value? Show me a good capture page that gets 30% or higher so that I can mimic that page. I research these things so that I can then mimic or copy or model what that person is doing in my own business. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. The second way is you can get help. You can hire a mentor or coach who's already really good at doing those things, and they can help you do it, or you can even hire a virtual assistant to do it for you. So don't feel like you're stuck. And that's one of the biggest takeaways I'd like to give you today for 2017, is to realize you're not stuck. always believe that there's a solution. And if you believe there's a solution, you will find it. So let me just share with you this. Here coming up, I'm about to launch myself a group coaching program. This will be my second one I've done for group coaching. I did one last year about this time, and we had 7 people that participated, and they got a lot out of it. They wrote me some nice notes, and we did a really, I basically walked them through step by step how to build a successful business. On this group coaching, I'm launching it. Here's the link, zerotoheroevent.com. I'm launching it next Wednesday, January 11th, and it will go until March the 1st. That's the last Wednesday that we'll meet, and we'll be meeting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, and what I'll be doing is walking you through my online business bootcamp. I'm going to share with you how to set up your business, how to create a capture page or opt-in page, as some people call that, how to measure those things, how to do all this analytic stuff that we talked about here, how to run Facebook ads so that you can start scaling up your business. And we're going to do it in a group setting. You'll receive a workbook on how you can do that. I've put a lot of time into this, and I really do want to help you. So for those of you that are like, you know what, I don't want to do this on my own, I'm stuck, or you feel stuck, this is your unstuck button right here. Okay, your unstuck button is signing up for this group coaching program. So I want to give that to you. Go ahead and click over there, zerotoheroevent.com, and you can get all the details. There is a cost to do it. Obviously, our time is valuable, but I guarantee you I'm giving you more value than what it costs. For those of you that have used me as a private coach, because I know many of you have gone through my private coaching, you'll know my cost, and then you'll see the cost for the group coaching, and you'll say, oh my gosh, I need to do this instead. So I don't mean to put you down. For those of you doing private coaching, that's way better. But the group coaching is a great way for you to get the coaching you need for not as much money as it costs to get a private coach. Okay, so I hope this helps you. I'm going to go ahead and flip my screen back around. Thank you so much for sitting in on today's live hangout on our Down and Dirty at 1:30. I do hope that this has helped you a lot. I want to check and see if there's any comments out there. Richard, you're cracking me up. How to use a holy hand grenade of Antioch. I'm so glad that you all are here. If you have any questions at all, feel free to shoot me a private message. The best way to reach me is on Facebook Messenger. I do check that often. You can also comment down below. I'm still out here. If you're watching this as a recording, feel free to comment below as well. Are there any other questions before we close for the day? Was there anything that you missed due to my audio going in and out? If there is and you missed it, let me know. All right. Well, I appreciate, I see Eric jumped in. Good to see you there, Eric. Well, I really hope that this year, 2017, is your best year ever up to this point in your life. And I hope that the tips I gave you will get you on the right path to start making things happen. And I'm here for you. If you do need help or you just want to shoot me a question, I'm happy to help. That's part of sending that elevator back down so that I can help you rise to the top. So make it a great day, and we'll see you next Monday for the Down and Dirty at 1:30. Take care, everyone.